Coming to the Born-Haber's cycle, its definition and the construction of a Born-Haber cycle for the formation of a crystalline compound involving monoatomic as well as diatomic. So, as we know, the definition of Born-Haber cycle, that is, Born-Haber cycle is defined as the study of changes of heat during the formation of ionic compound with the help of a thermochemical equation is called Born-Haber's cycle. The study of changes of heat during the formation of a ionic compound with the help of a thermochemical equation is called Born-Haber cycle, or simply it is a definition for the Born-Haber's cycle. So coming to the various steps involved in the formation of a solid ionic compound with the help of a Born-Haber's cycle. The various steps involved in the formation of a solid ionic compound is the conversion of metallic sodium into a gaseous sodium atoms. Second one is ionization of a gaseous atomic sodium into sodium ions. Second step, that is dissociation of chlorine molecule into a gaseous chlorine atoms. The third step is conversion of gaseous sodium atoms into a gaseous sodium ions. Fourth step is conversion of a gaseous chlorine atom into a gaseous chloride ions. Then the fifth step involves the combination of gaseous sodium ion and chloride ion forming a solid sodium chloride. So, regarding the first step, that is conversion of metallic sodium into a gaseous sodium atom, the energy required for the conversion of 1 mole of a solid sodium into a gaseous sodium atom is called as sublimation energy, and it is represented by S. The symbol of sublimation is simply a capital S. That is, Na, by supplying a certain amount of energy called as sublimation energy, a solid sodium will be converted into a gaseous sodium atom. Coming to the second one, that is dissociation of chlorine molecule into chlorine atoms. The amount of energy required for the dissociation of 1 mole of chlorine molecule into a chlorine atoms, and this energy is called as dissociation energy. That is, when a chlorine molecule is subjected to a certain amount of energy called dissociation energy, which is denoted by capital D. By supplying a dissociation energy D to the chlorine molecule, the gaseous chlorine molecule will be converted into atomic chlorine in the form of a gaseous state, where D is indicated by dissociation energy. Here, the energy required to produce a single gaseous chlorine atom would be D by 2, because to break down or to dissociate 1 mole of chlorine atom, whatever the amount of energy required is exactly half to form a 2 chlorine atoms. Hence, here dissociation energy will be D by 2. Then coming to the third step, conversion of gaseous sodium atom into sodium ions. The amount of energy required to convert 1 mole of a gaseous sodium atom into a sodium ion is called ionization energy, and it is denoted by IE. Here IE indicates the ionization energy. That is, when a gaseous sodium atom is subjected to certain amount of energy called as ionization energy IE, here a atomic sodium will be converted into a ionic sodium in the form of a gaseous state by the loss of one electron. So here IE indicates ionization energy of sodium. Coming to the fourth step, that is conversion of gaseous chlorine atom into chlorine ions. The amount of energy released here, the amount of energy will be released out when 1 mole of gaseous chlorine atoms are converted into a chloride ions, and electron affinity is the amount of energy released when one gaseous atomic chlorine is converted into a chloride ion, and is represented by capital EA, that is electron affinity. So when chlorine atom is added with one electron, it forms a chloride ion with the release of certain amount of energy called as electron affinity. Coming to the fifth step, that is combination of gaseous ions into solid a crystalline compound. This step involves the combination of a gaseous sodium ion and a chloride ions to give 1 mole of a solid crystalline compound, that is sodium chloride. Whatever the amount of energy released during the formation of a crystalline solid sodium chloride is called as lattice energy, and it is denoted by U or simply U naught. That is Na, a ion in the form of a gaseous state, combines with a ionic chloride in the form of a gaseous state, forming a solid sodium chloride with the formation of a lattice energy U. Here lattice energy is indicated by capital U or simply U naught. So during the formation of a solid sodium chloride or a crystalline compound, whatever the energy changes will be takes place are going to be called as delta HF, and it is indicated by heat of formation. So here heat of formation is defined as the amount of energy released when 1 mole of a crystalline solid substance is formed. So the overall changes may be represented as a gaseous sodium cation combines with a gaseous chloride anion with the release or with the change of energy such as delta HF, forming a solid sodium chloride. So here I am going to give the detailed representation of the formation of a ionic compound with the help of a thermochemical equation constructed by a Born-Haber, which is known as a Born-Haber's cycle. So coming to the representation of Born-Haber's cycle. The Born-Haber's cycle for the formation of a crystalline compound like sodium chloride is represented as follows. So here, when a solid metallic sodium is subjected to a certain amount of energy called as sublimation energy, a solid sodium or a metallic sodium when subjected to a certain amount of energy called as sublimation energy, which is indicated by S. After the supplying a sublimation energy, a metallic sodium which is in the form of a gaseous state is converted, which is in the form of a solid state is converted in the form of a gaseous state. So here whatever the amount of energy required to sublimate a solid sodium into gaseous sodium is simply a sublimation energy. Coming to the second step, that is ionization of a gaseous sodium atom. Here the ionization of a gaseous sodium atom into a sodium ion in the form of a gaseous state is done by supplying a certain amount of energy called as ionization energy. When we supply certain amount of energy in the form of a ionization energy, that is IE, a gaseous sodium atom will be converted into a gaseous sodium cation. Then coming to the third step, that is dissociation of chlorine molecule. Here chlorine is in the form of a gaseous state and it is in the form of a molecular condition, but for the formation of sodium chloride we need only one chlorine atom. So here it becomes necessary to dissociate chlorine molecule, that is Cl2, which is in the form of a gaseous state, into a chloride atoms. One chlorine molecule on dissociation gives rise to two chloride atoms, or half molecule of a chlorine which is in the form of a gaseous state by supplying dissociation energy denoted by capital D. So here a gaseous chlorine atom is obtained. Whatever the amount of energy required to get one single chlorine atom from a chloride molecule is called as dissociation energy. Obviously, for Cl2, the dissociation energy will be half for a single chlorine atom. Then coming to the fourth step, that is electron affinity. So here a gaseous chlorine atom is added with one electron, and this step is going to be called as a electron affinity. Here during the addition of one electron to the gaseous chlorine atom, while converting it into chloride ion, certain amount of energy is released, and that energy is simply called as a electron affinity, simply EA. Then coming to the last step, that is combination of a gaseous sodium ion and a gaseous chloride ion. Here a combination of a cation and anion will be takes place with the help of a strong electrostatic force of attraction between the oppositively charged sodium ion and chloride ion. Due to the electrostatic force of attraction between cation and anion, a solid sodium chloride is formed. During the formation of a solid sodium chloride, with the help of a sodium cation in the form of a gaseous state and chloride anion in the form of a gaseous state, whatever the amount of energy released is going to be called as lattice energy, and it is going to be indicated by capital U, or sometime it is also indicated by U naught. So the diagram itself represents the Born-Haber cycle for the formation of a sodium chloride, a monoatomic compound. According to Hess law of heat of summation, that is heat of formation of 1 mole of sodium chloride is illustrated as delta HF, that is heat of formation is equals to sublimation energy S plus dissociation energy D. Obviously, for one sodium atom, dissociation energy will be 1 by 2 D plus ionization energy plus electron affinity plus lattice energy, that is U. Or the lattice energy U naught or simply U is equals to delta HF, that is heat of formation, minus sublimation energy S, minus dissociation energy, that is 1 by 2D, minus ionization energy, minus electron affinity. So with the help of a Hess law, we can calculate the heat of formation during the formation of a solid sodium chloride or any ionic compound, or lattice energy can also be calculated by using the following data. If we know the delta HF, then we can calculate lattice energy U, or if we know the lattice energy U, we can calculate the delta HF, that is heat of formation. Now I am going to deal with some of the examples for the formation of a sodium chloride using a Born-Haber's cycle from the following data. Sublimation energy of solid sodium is equal to 107 kilojoules per mole. Ionization energy of sodium is equals to 502 kilojoules per mole. Dissociation energy of chlorine molecule into chlorine atom is equal to 121 kilojoules per mole, whereas electron affinity of chlorine is equal to 335 kilojoules per mole. And the fifth one is the heat of formation of a ionic compound is equal to 411 kilojoules per mole. So here from the given data, we have to calculate the lattice energy of a sodium chloride. According to the data, the heat of formation of sodium chloride, that is delta HF, from sodium metal and a chlorine gas can be experimentally measured as, that is Na, a sodium in gas solid state, plus chlorine in the form of a gaseous state, giving rise to a sodium chloride in the form of a solid state. The heat of formation of sodium chloride with a solid sodium and a gaseous chlorine is equal to minus 411 kilojoules per mole, that is delta HF, heat of formation of sodium chloride, is equal to minus 411 kilojoules per mole. So the formation of ionic solid sodium chloride from solid sodium metal and gaseous chlorine is not a single step process, but goes through the several process. The heat changes of all the process except the lattice energy can be experimentally measured. The first step or the first process in the formation of a sodium chloride is solid sodium atom sublimize to give a gaseous sodium atom by absorbing heat energy, that is delta H of sublimation, which is represented as Na by the supply of a sublimation energy, metallic or a solid sodium will be converted into a gaseous sodium in the form of a atomic state. That is, sublimation energy is equal to 107 kilojoules per mole. Coming to the second step, that is gaseous sodium atom absorb the ionization energy to release one electron and form a gaseous sodium cation, which can be represented as Na in the form of a gaseous state. By the ionization energy, it loses one electron, forming a sodium cation in a gaseous state. That is, ionization energy will be IE, and it is plus 502 kilojoules per mole. Coming to the third step, diatomic gaseous chlorine breaks down into two individual atoms by absorbing bond energy, such that each chlorine atom absorbs half of the bond energy of a chlorine molecule. Cl2, that is chlorine molecule in the form of a gaseous state, by the supplying certain amount of energy to break down the chlorine molecule to give two different chlorine atoms in the gaseous state. Bond dissociation energy is equal to 242 for Cl2 molecule, and obviously it is half of this, that is 121 kilojoules for a single chlorine atom. Coming to the fourth step, chlorine atom accepts an electron to form a chloride ion and releases an amount of energy equal to electron affinity. That is, chlorine atom, by absorbing one electron, it will be converted into a chloride ion, and the energy raised here is called as electron affinity, and it is equal to minus 355 kJ per mole. Coming to the last step, that is gaseous sodium ion and gaseous chloride ion combines to form a solid sodium chloride molecule and release energy equivalent to lattice energy. That is, Na in the form of a gaseous state combines with chlorine ion in the form of a gaseous state, forming a sodium chloride in the form of a solid state. That is, lattice energy will be given by U. According to the heat of summation or enthalpy of a reaction of all the process from step 1 to step 5 gives a net enthalpy of formation of a crystalline sodium chloride from sodium atom and chlorine in their standard condition. This should be equal to the experimentally measured enthalpy of formation of a sodium chloride. So, the enthalpies are represented in the cycle called as a Born-Haber's cycle for a sodium chloride. Enthalpies are represented with the help of a Born-Haber's cycle during the formation of a sodium chloride. According to Born-Haber's, a solid sodium combines with half mole of a gaseous chlorine with the change of heat energy called as heat of formation is equal to 411 kJ per mole, forming a solid sodium chloride. So, the various steps involved are sublimation of sodium. A metallic sodium or a solid sodium is subjected to a sublimation energy of 107 kJ per mole. The solid sodium will be converted into a gaseous sodium in the form of a atomic state. Then the gaseous sodium atom, by the supply of ionization energy, equals to 502 kilojoules per mole, a sodium gaseous atom will be converted into a gaseous sodium ion with the loss of one electron. Then coming to the dissociation of chlorine molecule. Chlorine molecule, while dissociating into two chlorine atoms, the amount of energy is 121 kilojoules per mole. Here, half of the Cl2 will be converted into a chlorine atom, or one molecule of chlorine will be converted into two chlorine atoms. So here, obviously, the dissociation energy will be 121. After forming a gaseous chlorine atom, it takes an electron lost by the sodium atom while converting into sodium ion. The chlorine gains an electron and it will be converted into a chloride ion with the release of certain amount of energy called as electron affinity EA, and it is equals to 355 kilojoules per mole. Once a gaseous sodium ion and a gaseous chloride ions are formed, due to the oppositively charged Na plus and Cl minus, a electrostatic force will takes place with the formation of a solid sodium chloride. So during the formation of a solid sodium chloride, we are going to calculate the lattice energy U, which is indicated by a question mark. So substituting these values in the equation. According to the Hess law of heat of summation, heat of formation is equal to sublimation energy plus ionization energy plus dissociation energy plus electron affinity plus lattice energy, or lattice energy U is equal to delta HF, that is heat of formation, minus of heat of sublimation plus ionization energy plus dissociation energy plus electron affinity. Here, except lattice energy, all other enthalpies can be experimentally measured. So, the lattice energy of sodium chloride, a solid, that is U is equal to heat of formation minus of sublimation energy plus of ionization energy plus dissociation energy. Obviously, for single chlorine atom it is 1/2 plus electron affinity. Substituting the given values in the above equation, that is heat of formation is equal to minus 411, sublimation energy is equal to 107, ionization energy is equal to 502, dissociation energy is 121, and electron affinity value is equal to 355. All the values are measured in terms of kilojoules per mole. So accordingly, the lattice energy U for the formation of a sodium chloride from the following values will be minus 786 kilojoules per mole, which is so called as lattice energy and indicated by U. Today we have studied the various steps involved in the formation of a crystalline compound, especially a monoatomic, by taking an example of sodium chloride, and here we have seen in detail about the various steps involved in the formation of a sodium chloride, and also we have studied in detail about the construction of a Born-Haber's cycle, and also we have studied one example related with the calculation of lattice energy with the help of a thermochemical equation. So today I am going to give one example to the students as a homework with the help of a first example which we have calculated the lattice energy from the given data using the Born-Haber's cycle by applying all the 5 steps. So you have to calculate the lattice energy of a potassium fluoride from its elements with the help of a following data by constructing a Born-Haber's cycle. So this example is for homework to the students, and in my next class I am going to deal with an example of a diatomic compound by taking an example of magnesium oxide. Thank you.